For centuries, people have tried to communicate with the unknown. Some call it a game, but those who've played know the terrifying truth. The Ouija board originated in the 19th century during the rise of spiritualism, where people sought to communicate with the dead. It was patented in 1890 by Elijah Bond and later mass-produced as a parlor game. By the 1960s, Parker Brothers made it mainstream, but eerie stories of hauntings and demonic encounters gave it a sinister reputation.
Monday came around, and at school I was looking for him and I didn't see him. So I called his house and I asked his mom, and she said that he wasn't feeling well and that he's kind of been like quiet and like in his own room, and she doesn't know what happened. She asked me a bunch of questions with what had happened over the weekend, and like I obviously was scared. I wasn't going to tell her like, hey, we lied and said we were staying at night at each other's houses, and we took a Ouija board from so-and-so's older brother, and we went and played with it on Indian burial ground in the middle of the canyon we weren't supposed to be at in the middle of the night.
Colton Cato shared a deeply personal and cautionary tale about his experiences with Ouija boards.
Again, this is one of those like really heavy situations because you have to understand the mental state someone's in, especially at that young of an age, to be able to do something like this.
He described how he and his friends decided to conduct a Ouija board session in a secluded area.
So a few days went by, and I still hadn't had any contact with him. I'm already starting to feel it. I hadn't had any contact with him. And it was Tuesday, it was Wednesday, it was Thursday, it was Friday. I hadn't spoken at all. A couple of weeks go by, and we find out that he...
However, after the session, one of his friends exhibited unusual behavior, raising alarms and prompting reflection on the potential consequences of their actions.
Probably traumatized and extremely sad, as all of us were. But something intuitive inside of me, my intuition was saying that it had something to do with what we had done in the canyon that night. This is a very, very serious thing to get involved with. Regardless of us editing it to make it an entertaining show, we go to the darkest and scariest, most active places that are known to man. You can look them up on Google. There's literature written about them. There's hundreds of years of people telling stories and testimonials of these negative effects these places have had, the entities they've experienced. Any of you who wish to follow in our footsteps, understand that you're opening yourself up to things that there may or may not be a remedy for.
In this video, a group of friends was about to finish playing the Ouija board, but whatever they summoned was not ready to end the session. Suddenly, one of their friends became possessed.
Oh my God! The sword! The sword! What's wrong? Get rid of it! The sword! The sword! The sword! The sword! The sword! Are you okay?
The possession ended as quickly as it began, but the trauma left on their friend is something she'll have to live with forever. In this video, 3 friends were hanging out and playing the Ouija board when they unexpectedly attracted an entity that caused a stuffed toy above them to move. One friend noticed it move, so they stood up and checked, but it didn't move at all, and his friends dismissed it. They went back to using the Ouija board. But not long after, the stuffed toy moved again. This time, everyone saw it and captured the chilling moment on camera. In this video, a guy created his own Ouija board and asked if any spirits were present. He received responses to all his questions. And, later on, boldly asked for the entity's name. The answer was Zozo, a name believed to be associated with a demon close to Satan.
Zozo. Zozo. Oh my god, dude. What the heck was that? We need to end the session right now.
When paranormal events began happening, they decided to stop. But before they could move the planchette to goodbye, it started moving on its own. Suddenly, terrifying things happened. Around 1 a.m., 3 bored friends decided to play the Ouija board, using a pizza box as their board and a cut-up cup as their planchette. They started asking questions, and the first spirit they summoned was Susan. Susan was looking for someone named Danny, whom they did not know. After that, Susan left. Thrilled by the experience, they decided to continue and summoned another spirit named John. Unlike Susan, John was not friendly. When one of their friends, Jason, asked what the spirit wanted, it responded with a single chilling word: kill. Right after, they heard strange noises coming from the bathroom. Asen went ahead to investigate, but suddenly, the door slammed shut behind him.
Jackson!
When the girls managed to open the door, they found Jason cowering in the corner. It felt like the spirit had attacked him, but luckily, nothing worse happened that night. There is a digital Ouija board app that a teenager downloaded and played with. It works just like a real Ouija board. This is what happened to a girl from Lima, Peru. She summoned a spirit that followed her home. After playing with the board, her parents noticed she started having violent tantrums and foam began coming out of her mouth.
Testigos, ella presentó una aparente posesión satánica luego de jugar a la Ouija.
Her voice changed. It sounded evil. She repeated the same words over and over, constantly saying the number 6. She also kept demanding her phone back, possibly because the entity wanted to continue using the Ouija board to cause more harm. She was eventually transferred to a psychiatric ward, and no further updates were given about whether she recovered. To this day, it remains a mystery.